Hi, myself Dr. V. Chandrasekhar, Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, SRKR Engineering College, Bhimavaram. As a part of Computer Networks course in our curriculum, in this session, I am going to deliver a lecture on effects of congestion in data networks. The objectives of today's session are to know what is congestion in data networks and to know what are various effects of congestion. In very general terms, congestion occurs when the number of packets being transmitted through a network begins to approach the packet handling capacity of the network. The objective of congestion control is to maintain the number of packets within the network below the level at which performance falls off dramatically. To understand the issues involved in congestion control, we need to look at some results from queuing theory. In essence, data network or internet is a network of queues. At each node, there is a queue of packets for each outgoing channel. If the rate at which packets arrive and queue up exceeds the rate at which packets can be transmitted, the queue size grows without bound and the delay experienced by a packet goes to infinity. As a rule of thumb, when the line for which packets are queuing becomes more than 80% utilized, the queue length grows at an alarming rate. Further, since the size of any queue is finite, as queue length grows, the queue must overflow. Consider the queuing situation at a single packet switch or router as shown in the figure. Any given node has a number of input output ports attached to it, one or more to the other nodes, zero or more to the end systems. On each port, packets arrive and depart. We can consider that there are two buffers or queues at each port, one to accept arriving packets and one to hold packets that are waiting to depart. In practice, there might be two fixed size buffers associated with each port. As packets arrive, they are stored in input buffer of the corresponding port. The node examines each incoming packet, makes a routing decision, and then moves the packet to the appropriate output buffer. Packets queued for output are transmitted as rapidly as possible. This is in effect statistical time division multiplexing. If packets arrive too fast for the node to process them or faster than packets can be cleared from the outgoing buffers, then eventually packets will arrive for which no memory is available. When such a saturation point is reached, one of the two general strategies can be adopted. First strategy is to discard any incoming packet for which there will be no available buffer space. The alternative is for the node that is experiencing these problems to exercise some sort of flow control over its neighbors so that the traffic flow remains manageable. But as shown in the figure, each of a node's neighbor is also managing a number of queues. If node 6 restrains the flow of packets from node 5, this causes the output buffers in node 5 for the port node 6 to fill up. Thus, congestion at one point in the network can quickly propagate throughout a region or the entire network. The figure illustrates the ideal goal for network utilization. The top graph plots the steady state total throughput through the network as a function of the offered load, both normalized to the maximum theoretical throughput of the network. In the ideal case, the throughput of the network increases to accommodate load up to an offered load equal to the full capacity of the network. Then normalized throughput remains at 1 at higher input loads. However, what happens to the end-to-end delay experienced by the average packet even with the assumption of ideal performance? At negligible load, there is some small constant amount of delay consists of the propagation delay through the network from source to destination plus processing delay at each node. As the load on the network increases, queuing delays at each node are added to their fixed amount of delay. When the load exceeds the network capacity, delays increase without bound. The ideal case assumes infinite buffers and no overhead related to congestion control. In practice, buffers are finite, leading to buffer overflow and attempts to control congestion consumes network capacity in the exchange of control signals. Let us consider what happens in the network with finite buffers if no attempt is made to control congestion or to restrain input from end systems. At light loads, throughput and network utilization increases as the offered load increases. A point is reached, that is point A in the figure, beyond which the throughput of the network increases at a rate slower than the rate at which offered load is increased. This is due to the network entry into a moderate congestion state. In this region, the network continues to cope with the load, although with increased delays. As the load on the network continues to increase, the queue lengths of the various nodes continue to grow. Eventually, a point is reached, that is point B in the plot, beyond which throughput actually drops with increased offer load. The reason for this is that the buffers at each node are of finite size. When the buffers at a node become full, the node must discard packets. Thus, these source must retransmit the packets in addition to new packets. As more and more packets are retransmitted, the load on the system grows and more buffers become saturated. Under these circumstances, the effective capacity of the system declines to zero. As a summary of this lecture, congestion occurs when the number of packets being transmitted through a network begin to approach the packet handling capacity of the network. If packets arrive too fast to be routed or to be outputted, buffers will be full. In ideal case, the throughput of the network increases to accommodate load up to an offered load equal to the full capacity of the network. Then normalized throughput remains at 1 for higher loads. And the delay increases without bound when the load exceeds the network capacity. Practically, the buffers are finite. Due to effect of congestion, as the offered load increases beyond network capacity, normalized throughput reaches to zero. Thank you.